his late years, this is a dude who's simply living on his reputation, if you ask me at this point. And when I get to the Steelers, I'm killing them on that. 60 times. You cannot win in the NFL. You can't win big throwing the ball more than 25, 30 times, tops. Alex Smith, 46 times. People, it doesn't work that way. The aforementioned Matthew Stafford at a loss, 53 pass attempts. You cannot win throwing the ball that many times. Blake Bortles, he won, but 45 pass attempts is a recipe for consistent failure. This is not a passing league. It is a throwing league. If you don't believe me, Tom Brady went 10 years without winning a Super Bowl from the end of the Corey Dillon era to the beginning of the LeGarrette Blount era. Ben Roethlisberger throws the ball all over the field. They had to pay. Everybody thought they were going to beat the Patriots a couple of years ago. Le'Veon Bell tears his groin. The game went down the drain. The Philadelphia Eagles were Nick Foles was able to win the Super Bowl because they had Ajayi and they had Blount. Peyton Manning shouldn't have been Super Bowl MVP the year that they won. I can go down the list. When was last time? 2 years ago, Todd Gurley had an off year. Jason Goff looked like trash. Nick Foles looked like trash. And everybody who was throwing the football in Los Angeles looked like trash. Why? Because Todd Gurley wasn't running the football. The Raiders looked like trash. Guess when the last time the Raiders... Look. Last year, Beast Mode wasn't Beast Mode. He was solid, but he wasn't Beast Mode. But guess what? When was the last time Derek Carr looked good? When my man Murray, who's in Minnesota, was in Oakland doing his thing. People, I will continue to go through the list, time and time again. If you want to win in football, to quote my football coach, shout out to Jimmy Fields, you throw the scope, you run the win. I'm gonna keep saying that as long as they playing football. If you don't believe me, let's leave NFL alone. Let's look at college football. Best team in college football is who? Alabama Crimson Tide. They've played with one-hand quarterbacks and won national championships. The dudes that won national championships down in Alabama, you won't even let them play on your Xbox. You won't let that dude sit next to you and play quarterback on Xbox with you. Because they're running the ball down your throat. TJ Yeldon, Grant Ingram, even Richardson, Henry, they running the ball down your throat and you can't stop them. If you don't believe me, man, just pay close attention to what you're saying, man. And with that being said, we're going to head up to the first break, man. I'm going to keep it funky with you, man. It's a little crazy. The NFL is going down. We're going to have a good time. I'm going into this break. And I'll talk to you guys in about 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Red Man, take us out.
When I hit the funk, I'm Godzilla taking over Hong Kong, eating wonton with a shotgun and long johns. It's not unsung, no story here to tell. I'm just ready. I'm a student before the school bell to fulfill my wordplay. Thursday, before I bust up 3 Ks on Martin Luther King birthday. Berkeley College for $20. If I got it, smoke here, inquire my knowledge. A little psychotic, I know. Rate me, I might enjoy in the Final Four, fighting with Wayne Gretzky. I'm not relevant. Let's see who's spitting. Some of y'all Coke and Pepsi. I can't tell the difference. I'm Darryl when I'm pitching. Before the white girl had him twitching. Not a rap game in my kitchen. Easy pickings. Rebel when it calls my mind. It's like fuck my mind and put your mind on the wall. I'm on tour getting bread and tattoos, and your job is giving tic-tacs in bathrooms. I hate gossip, but mash up your media mosh pit. Release a bad women in the chat room. My weed bags and vacuum smuggle. Off of one blunt, a bitch go funky. 16 go hit meatloaf. When I hit their belly, got dropping all dimes. Rico, take precautions. I got a pallbearer that build coffins for all rappers and nonsense. Nonchalantly, I'm thinking darker than a convict conscious. That's why I'm sweating in the office. That's where the bomb is. The gang rate in my city is like the 80s when Kendrick Lamar lived. I got a harvest of purple in my apartment. Across the park, I sell pounds to Cartman. I think like an orphan, I'm in the zone. But it's freestyle, so these words might need a home. Executive neck, I demand respect. Check, don't even talk to me or text the wrong tone. Okay, stay at bay, man, delay. When I write out pull pins from these hand grenades, you could be amazed to hate it. But either way, I get it like Kanye and Sway. I'm done with it. Have fun with it. Stay back and tell your girl, come get it. She has Mr. Right, now she want Mr. Wrong. Now she swing along like Serena Arms.
Doesn't make sense for you to compete against. Calm down, listen to a brother who knows. But calm down, listen to a brother who knows. But calm down, listen to a brother who knows. But it doesn't make sense for you to compete against. Calm down, listen to
America's Best Podcast, Into the Bench, coming at you live and direct as we do every 168 hours. Remember, you can always chime in, turn the page, or add to the conversation by calling 773-797-2409. 773-797-2409. Back to football. We have a couple stories of football that are perplexing. You got the brother Vontaze Davis. I think he's from the DMV, University of Illinois. So people in Chicago may have a special place for him. You're from Illinois, we don't rock with you. A lot of people not rocking with him this week, though. The reason a lot of people not rocking with Vontaze Davis is this. Vontaze Davis came into the stadium, he played, he wasn't having the best game, and he wasn't having the best week and a half of his life, his professional life. He was benched. Vontaze went to the locker room and took his clothes off, took a shower, and said, I'm out. Now, you had a lot of people saying, Yo, Vontaze, you could have told us, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. I don't know what your problem is. Blah, 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 this, that. You tripping. You let down the brotherhood. That whole rigmarole about what's going on, Now, with that being said, I don't understand why everybody's so mad at Vontaze. You got people out there flat out stealing. And what I mean by stealing is this. You got players in the NFL who quit 2 years ago, but they got guaranteed money on the books, so they're going to get paid. They're going to keep getting paid. But they quit 2 years ago. They're not playing hard. They getting booked. They getting cooked. They getting rocked every week. Like Flowers, offensive lineman for the New York Giants. That brother can't block the sun out of his eyes. And I know I said that earlier, but that's the honest to God truth, man. Flowers is terrible. He's played left tackle, left guard, right tackle, right guard, and he needs right guard because his ass stinks. But he keep getting paid, and y'all not mad at him. Why ain't no players being mad at him? Because he's flat out stealing, and he's preventing the New York Giants from winning. He's a turnstile. But y'all mad at Vontaze because he looked up and said, enough of this, man, I'm out. Now, a lot of people, he could have finished the game and then quit. So, the question I have for those cats is this. If Vontaze go out in the second half and break his neck, who got something on his bills for the rest of his life? Who gonna go play with his kids? Who gonna hang out with his wife? Which one of y'all gonna, a bunch of y'all might hang out with his wife. But who gonna spend quality time and listen to his wife if she got any issues? None of y'all. You ought to be glad that a dude who said, man, I can't take this anymore, didn't go out there and half-ass it. But because we are brainwashed into this world, hey man, I used to be a football player too. I love the game. Wouldn't change anything about it. I got a bad hip, bad right. You know what? I got all these injuries I got from basketball, so I ain't even finna attribute that to football. But I do have scars and things of that nature. I had a ball. Football taught me how to deal with people on a personal level. It taught me how to be responsible for what I'm supposed to do. And if you don't come through with your portion, I can step up and cover your ass. Football teaches you those kinds of things. So while people standing around going CTE and things of that nature, at some point I'm gonna cover a show. I think it might be a Saturday, and I'm gonna go over how I feel about CTE, but not on this episode. But you should be glad that Vontaze left, because if you're not down for a fight, my grandfather used to say this all the time. I'm on Shannon Sharp's side again, quoting my grandfather. But my grandfather used to say, if you see me in a fight, don't hold my damn coat. I don't need nobody to hold my coat. I need somebody to help me fight. And if you ain't gonna help me fight, you can leave. And Vontaze couldn't help them fight no more, so he left. I don't understand why y'all that mad at him. A dude who I thoroughly respect, and it shocked me when I heard it come out his mouth. The homie Damian Woodley. Dame was like, man, I might put my hands on him, man, when I see him. And I don't know Damian Woodley, but he has never struck me as that guy. That guy who bought into the system, and he just up with the smoke. Oh man, man, and you need to get this and blah blah blah. He's never ever struck me as that guy. And it was disappointing to hear him say that, man. Shannon Sharp, and I do believe Shannon Sharp was engaged in a hyperbole when he said that he would put the pause on the man, because he switched it up and said no. So I think Shannon Sharp was being the character Shay Sharp when he said that, because he doesn't seem. But Damian Woodley was straight up. He was like, man, I might want to fight my man. Look, dude, if this dude don't want to play no more, let him go home, man. No, how you mad at somebody? It don't. Oh, he was thinking like a dude who I don't really care for, the Damian Thomason. He was like, he been thinking about that for weeks. Yeah, and it came to a head at that moment, Damian. There it is, bro. There it is. It came to a head at that very moment. I no longer want to do this. How can anybody fault someone for saying, hey man, I no longer want to do this? He didn't hurt anybody. Y'all was getting y'all the Buffalo Bills, they were getting their draws kicked into their asses anyway. They had a snowball's chance of fish grease of winning that game. So please, miss me with all the shenanigans. The Chargers is kicking y'all ass. Perfect example of what I was talking about. Phillip Rivers, 27 pass attempts, and guess what? They won by 11. But guess what? My man Melvin Gordon kicked ass and took names. Melvin Gordon, that's him. He carried the ball 9 times for 28 yards. They had 11. They had 26 rushes for 109 yards at a 4.2 yards per carry clip. That's how you play football, people. That's how you play football. You got 27 pass attempts, 26 rushing attempts, and you win by 11. Guess what? No Groundhog Day last week, because you know Phillip Rivers. You don't know if Phillip Rivers is going to pass the ball or throw the ball. It has to be balanced. But back to Vontaze. Look, man, first and foremost, I wish Vontaze the best, even if you wish him the opposite. I don't have a problem with it. Now, what I do have a problem with is this. The homie Mike Tomlin is getting thrown under the bus again. The last time I saw somebody get thrown under the bus, it was like this was Denny Green. A lot of people tried to stay away from this, but I'm going to go right at it. There's some racial shit going on, man. Bill Cowher didn't win a Super Bowl until his career with Pittsburgh was almost over. Bill Cowher, people. You talking about Bill Cowher, beloved Bill Cowher. And everybody loved him, the growl, the spit, all that nonsense y'all tell me about how dope Bill Cowher is. And I don't have no issue with Bill Cowher. Bill Cowher was a very good football coach. But the last time I checked, Bill Cowher won Super Bowl 50. Bill Cowher was hired by the Pittsburgh Steelers in 1992. He retired in 2006. He won a Super Bowl in 2005. Do the math. Y'all do the math, man. That's damn near 20 years, and you didn't win a damn thing. Mike Tomlin Bill Cowher's record isn't as good as Mike Tomlin's. He wins at 61%, 61, almost 62% clip. Mike Tomlin's is higher. Mike Tomlin has never finished under 500. Guess what? Bill Cowher finished under 500 at least once. Let me tell you how I know. Because he had a top draft pick and turned into Ben Roethlisberger.